Hi, it's the Chromosome here, and I'm sorry for the horrible audio quality. I know this phone fucks up my voice, but we're having some technical difficulties at the minute with our regular camera, so just doing a quick few vlogs whilst I get that sorted out on my phone. This is just a quick one about, as the title would tell you, the Expendables, which was lent to us on Blu-ray. Now, it's had a lot of love it, hate it mix for it, so I thought I'd throw in just my quick 2 cents. I've watched it twice now, once as it was, and then once with my girlfriend, and then once with the commentary later by Sylvester Stallone. And it's, if you take all its controversy and just put it to one side, it's a decent enough action film. It's definitely 80s, and it's clearly about 30 years too late, and we know it, the film knows it, and Sylvester Stallone definitely knows it with how he set it all out. But for all its demands of the most awesome action cast ever assembled, yeah, they're assembled, but really this is just the Sylvester Stallone and Jason Statham show. And I've got no problem with that. I don't like Stallone really, except for the Rocky films, which I haven't seen since I was must have been about 6. I haven't seen Balboa and Demolition Man, which I really liked. But I am quite a fan of Statham, and I do enjoy what he always tries to do with his characters. Because, he plays the generic action hero, but he always gives it more dimension than the average action star would. And I don't have a problem with there being 2 main characters, but just why advertise all of those essentially extras, apart from perhaps Dolph Lundgren and I forget his name, Stone Cold Steve Austin, who play the villains of the film. And they're only side villains. Most of them aren't in it for 5 minutes, and they're on the fucking cover. And I've heard, Bruce Willis and Arnie were some of the main reasons I did go and see this. Because I'm a huge Bruce Willis fan. And Arnie, as everyone seems to be. But they're literally in it for the one scene, and apparently they didn't get paid for it. They did this for free, which, is fair credit to them. But I suppose the main critique we should go for at the time is the action. Is the action worth the price? And it's not that bad. At times it is really quite cool in a very, very 80s way. Like Jason Statham reaching into a glove box and taking out his sunglasses and getting out on the nose wing of a plane and starting blasting away at the enemy with his pistol. They're the ones that really stand out as the cool scenes. But the majority of it is quite forgettable. I only watched it the second time yesterday, and the first time was last week, and I remember about 5 scenes. It has its moments, but when the standout scenes involve the much better actors like Bruce Willis, and they're in it so little they didn't even get a paycheck for it, it's not the best sign. The plot is very simple and basic, as you'd expect. Expendables go to a country where there's a bad guy, and they kill the bad guy. Because I don't really remember why. I know he tortures a woman, and Stallone goes because now it's personal, but I don't remember what he was supposed to do originally. What made Church, Bruce Willis's character, send them to do it. And that's the other thing. The characters. The only 2 you can really come away knowing is Jason Statham's and Bruce Willis's. They're the only ones I can remember the single name for. Church, who named himself that because they were in a church, and Jason Statham's, which is Christmas. I have no idea why it's Christmas, but he gets the most backstory of he has this relationship with a wife, well, not his wife, who's going to propose to her and finds out she's been cheating on him. And that's his story arc for the film. But despite how much time you get with Stallone, you won't remember his name or anything about him other than it's Sylvester Stallone with what looks like some terrible fucking Botox. And he's starting to really resemble his mother nowadays, and it's quite frightening. But it takes quite a while to get going. It's about 35-40 minute mark before they even get the job for the film, which it's not bad, but then it drags it out towards, that's about the 40 minute mark is when you've stopped seeing most of this cast until about the last 20 minutes. In between then it's just Statham and Stallone with a couple of bits of Lumberg and Stone Cold Steve Austin. But I've heard there's supposed to be a sequel in the mix. I know Stallone really wants to do one, and hopefully that will take this and iron out all the creases. And I didn't go in expecting like Terminator 2 or anything like that. I just came in expecting an action flick, and I got it. I will be buying this because I will probably watch it again, but I'd say stay away until it's in a sale or a lower price. I mean, I'd say it's probably better than most of the ones that have come out lately, like the A-Team, but that one was very meh, very hit and miss, the A-Team. This one was, I'd say buy it, and I'd probably say buy it on Blu-ray because okay, you're buying it for explosions, you might as well get the explosions in the best fucking quality you can. So, I think the problem with it, of why I'd say not get it for retail, is there's about 11 cast on the front, and I know about 9 of them that have been in about 4 or 5 different films that all have a similar theme and are all so much better than this. I mean, Bruce Willis alone has done a couple of dozen that are better than this, and Stallone himself's done a couple. But so that kind of knocks it a bit of you can get better of this cast for cheaper, really. But I'd still say go out and buy it. I definitely recommend it as to check it out and see what all the fuss about is, and maybe do a quick little video for yourself and see how many people agree with you or disagree with you. So that's the Expendables. I'd say about 3 out of 5 if I had to give it a rating.